What if I told you that what you've always thought was anxiety, the constant tension, the gnawing worry you'll forget something important, the fear that you'll let everyone down, could actually be something else entirely? Imagine that all those years of nervousness and paranoia weren't just anxiety at all, but a completely different mental health condition, ADHD. Yes, you heard that right. The shocking truth is that many people who think they struggle with anxiety might be overlooking the real reason behind their mental health challenges. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Growth Mindset Project, where we cut through the noise around mental health to help you grow into your best self. If you're passionate about understanding your mind and improving your life, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss another breakthrough video. Let's dive deeper, because what we're about to discuss can truly change the way you see your mental health, and maybe even your life. For so many people, particularly adults, the sensation of being constantly on edge, waiting for some disaster, feels like classic anxiety. You try to relax, to let go, but the moment you do, you're blindsided by a missed deadline, a forgotten appointment, or an important task that somehow slipped through the cracks. The world expects you to be organized, composed, and on top of everything, and yet, no matter how hard you try, it's like there's a gap in your brain where basic remembering and paying attention should be. Here's something you may never have realized. For people with ADHD, the problem isn't just being forgetful or unfocused, it's a deep, underlying panic that when they finally do relax, everything will explode. You might be nodding along already. Maybe you've had nightmares long after graduation about forgetting an assignment, or messing up so badly that it sets off a domino effect, unraveling your achievements. That nightmare scenario might seem dramatic, but if your mental health is constantly hijacked by this anxiety, it's real to you. And the root of this isn't always poor memory, but the way ADHD works. See, memory works in two parts. First, information has to go in, and then it has to be retrieved. With ADHD, the issue is often that information never really goes in. It's not that you forgot, it's that you never really heard or processed it in the first place. For neurotypical people, the more important something is, the more it sticks. But for people with ADHD, even the most crucial detail can be missed if it fails to register when it's shared. That's what makes this mental health disorder so devious. There's no reliable pattern to what you'll forget. What happens next? If you repeatedly walk into a situation, feeling fine, only to be slammed by the consequences of something you forgot, your brain learns a dangerous lesson. Relaxing is risky. Over time, your mind becomes your own worst enemy, convincing you that if you ever let your guard down, something catastrophic will happen. That low-level dread, the constant suspicion that you're missing something, is the hallmark of what looks like anxiety, but is actually the lived experience of having ADHD. And this isn't just about remembering appointments or assignments. ADHD affects your mental health in more than just organization. It also impacts emotional regulation. People with ADHD often feel everything more intensely and more quickly, making them not only more susceptible to anxiety, but less able to calm themselves when they do feel that anxiety. For some, it's not just inattention and impulsiveness, it's a whole subtype of ADHD where emotional dysregulation is the main problem, a roller coaster of feelings you can't control. Before we keep going, if any of this is resonating with you, or you know someone who struggles with these symptoms, let us know by giving this video a like and dropping a comment below. We love hearing from you, and your stories help others realize they're not alone in these mental health battles. Now, here's another fascinating point. The impulsivity associated with ADHD isn't always obvious. Sometimes it comes as a sudden, irrational panic that you forgot something important, even when you actually didn't. This isn't your brain punishing you for being lazy, it's your brain generating false alarms. You get those flares of, oh no, I messed up, only to realize you didn't, but the cycle keeps repeating, wearing you down over time. This pattern means your mental health is constantly challenged by stress that feels both very real and totally out of control. So how can you cope with this hidden side of ADHD? The key lies in a few unique strategies. First, give yourself the benefit of the doubt. If your memory fails you, it's not always because you weren't trying hard enough. Second, leverage the power of sensory input to fight the unreliability of your natural memory. That means writing things down by hand, not just typing them, to help slow down your thoughts and etch them deeper into your mind. When you write or even speak your thoughts aloud, you engage parts of your brain that make those details stick. One powerful technique is to keep a daily log. At the end of each day, jot down what you actually forgot. Don't just guess or catastrophize, track the reality. People are always surprised to discover that their paranoia is often much bigger than what they really forgot. And here's where your mental health can really start to improve. Once you realize that forgetting happens less often than you fear, you can start to let go of the constant dread that shadows your every move. But what about when things really do go wrong? Well, here's where something surprising happens. People with ADHD are often better at damage control than those without. Chaos, last-minute scrambling, juggling multiple mistakes. These are situations that people with ADHD have so much practice with that, in a crisis, they're actually more adept at fixing problems quickly. So whenever you do drop a ball, write down not just what you forgot, but how you handled it. Over time, you'll see you're better at picking up the pieces than you ever realized. This reframing is vital for mental health. It shows you that even when things go wrong, you have the skills to make them right. A quick reminder, if you're finding this information valuable and want to stay on top of the latest insights for your mental health journey, make sure you've liked, subscribed, and rung that notification bell. Your support helps us reach more people and keeps content like this coming your way. Let's talk about one last piece of the puzzle, the link between ADHD and trauma. When you repeatedly experience failure because of things outside your control, not catching details, dropping commitments, your brain can get stuck in survival mode. These experiences can feel traumatic, and over time, they can lead to even more mental health struggles, such as depression. It's a vicious cycle. You're programmed to stay tense because you believe that relaxation leads to disaster, so you never get to fully rest. This is your mind's way of protecting you, but it can lead to long-lasting patterns of anxiety and fear that are hard to break. Trauma isn't just about catastrophic, life-changing events. It can be about the repeated small blows to your self-esteem and sense of safety when you're navigating a world not built for ADHD brains. Your mind adapts by staying on high alert, always ready for a tiger behind the bush, always scanning for the next thing you might forget or mess up. That's why for many people, mental health isn't about fixing one single thing, but rather understanding how all of these patterns, ADHD, emotional regulation, impulsivity, trauma, are woven together. So, if you've always thought your anxiety was the main problem, take another look at your mental health picture. True growth starts with understanding, and understanding starts here at the Growth Mindset Project. If you want more eye-opening insights and powerful strategies to level up your mental health, check out our other videos and make sure to hit the bell so you never miss another life-changing upload.